Hi, I'm Lovey of AwesomelyLovey.com, and I'm a writer, a digital strategist, and a lover of technology. AT&T's 28 Days empowers people to make their own history by offering inspirational tools, tips, and stories at att.com/28days. 28 Days celebrates how African Americans have impacted our culture and highlights those we believe will have an impact in the future. Thank you for joining me for part 2 of my conversation with Paul Brunson. Let's jump into it. All right, so we're back again, Paul.
Look at that, part 2. I love it.
Indeed. So I'm a fan of bucket lists, and last year I actually checked off a bunch of stuff on my bucket list. So what are some of your top personal goals? I want to know what's on the personal bucket list first, and then professional.
All right. Well, this is so personal is I want to set foot on every continent.
Yes.
So that's definitely a personal.
How many have you done so far?
I've done 4.
Ah, okay.
I'm at 4. So I'm not, I've been unfortunately I've been one of these. I travel to the Caribbean all the time, and I'm just staying here in North America. So I need to venture out a little bit more. So that's definitely one. So traveling, that's of higher importance to me. But also, I will say that it's also quite honestly scary right now, especially in the day and time that we live. But that's one. Another is, this is going to sound real simple, but I just want to simply see my 2 boys. I want to see them grow into men. I want to see them become men. Now, you could look at that on a multitude of levels, right? Part of that is me being around for them, but part of that is them being around. And it's over the last 2 years, I'll say since seeing everything that happened around Trayvon Martin,
right?
That this is, and then right around that time that was when my second son was born. So I have 2 black males that I am now grooming to become men. It's become of highest importance to me around just simply their survivability.
Right.
And that's something that is a topic that, talking to, like my uncle, like that wasn't even a topic of conversation 20 years ago, right? Wow. And the fact that I have to talk to my friends around just the survivability, how do we just make sure our boys survive is a real serious topic. And so that is definitely on my bucket list. And then I'll give you a third. A third on my bucket list is, this is going to sound crazy, but Lovey, I want to jump out of a plane.
I did that last year.
Did you?
I did. I went skydiving.
Oh, man. It must have been great.
It was nuts. I did it in Long Island, so I came to the East Coast for it. There's like a big spot there, and it was one of my friend's birthdays, and he was like, let's go skydiving. So we went. You will be like on an adrenaline high for about 13 hours.
Wow. 13 hours. I'm scared.
Seriously, I spent the whole day being like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I just jumped out of a plane. And you just feel really good, like you can conquer the world. So I support that. Do it. Do it in the summertime, of course.
Okay.
Because it is cold up there. But do it. It's so exhilarating.
Yeah. I think it's going to happen this year for me. It's one of those things where I'm scared. I'm almost like when you just said you were on an adrenaline high for 13 hours, I got scared when you said that. But because it's so scary to me, I know I need to do it.
Exactly. I mean, last year for me was my year of yes. So when I jumped out of that plane, I was saying yes to myself and facing fears and landing on my feet.
Look at that. Did you literally land on your feet?
I landed on my feet.
Wow.
There's video of it. Like, I actually uploaded the video to my Vimeo channel. And my mom watched it. She was like, oh my God. So you see yourself the moment you fall out this plane and you see nothing, no safety net below you.
Right.
So it's just a matter of you end up floating back to earth.
Wow. That is faith exemplified right there.
Yeah, no. Once you do it though, you will feel like you can totally conquer the world.
Okay. I'm telling you, well, you know, you're giving me confidence. I feel a little scared right now, just the whole conversation. But I plan to do it this year.
Wear a long sleeve also. That's important.
Oh, wow. Why?
Again, you will be cold. The last thing you want to feel is cold up there. So wear a long sleeve. Don't wear shoes that are gonna be like loose on your feet. So I had on I wanted to be fly, so I had on some Oxfords. But but yeah, when you do it, I can't wait to see the video. Cause get that recorded too.
Okay. All right. Done deal. Done
Done,
deal.
done. In fact, I'm gonna hold you accountable to it.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna be like, Paul, did you jump out of a plane yet? Come on.
All right. That's fair. Accountability partner. I
Done,
like it.
done.
I like it.
And then what are your professional goals? What is on your bucket list?
You know, professionally, you know, I really feel like at the heart of things, I'm an entrepreneur. And so, you know, with entrepreneurship, I think the key is solving problems. You know, that's
Okay.
really what we do is we identify problems and we create solutions for them. And so the two biggest problems that I'm working on with my different projects is one, on the matchmaking side, we really are fighting a significant decline of marriage rates, right? And in certain communities, in particular in the African American community, we've seen a precipitous decline over just the last 20 years. And so a lot of my work, not just one-on-one matchmaking, but the research that we're doing, consulting that we're doing, speaking, all of that is around helping to stabilize that number and increase that number. And so marriage rates is a big problem that I see because I think that's really a cornerstone of our community and our society. And so that's one of them. The other, more so on the business side, is creating more social capital among multicultural entrepreneurs, in particular among African American entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. That's something that I'm really passionate about. I think that's the key to, that's the key to the success of a business, to the longevity of a business. And so creating more social capital on one side, and then also helping to increase the marriage rate on the other. So two big goals, real big.
Huge, but I mean, if there's anybody that can tackle it, it's you. Is there anybody you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Oh yeah, I mean, you name them. I mean, I'm thinking of Shonda Rhimes.
Is someone I love her.
I would love to do something with Shonda Rhimes. I think she's incredible. On the more of the businessy side, I'd probably say Troy Carter.
Okay.
Is someone who I think he's a phenomenal mind, especially in the venture community.
For you, what does innovation look like?
It's simply, innovation to me is really simply change, right? And at the end of the day, change I think it's quite challenging to change. And especially as we get older, right, there's more content, there's more things that are changing or more things that have changed. So it takes a certain level of effort, it takes a certain level of creativity, a certain level of desire. And so people who are out here really trying to push the envelope, really trying to create systemic, change, that to me is that's real innovation, and that's really inspiring. And I think, but there's so many people out here doing it. The other thing too about innovation, actually, I for a project I was working on, I interviewed Swizz Beatz, and I was able to go to a studio in New York, and before he got there were all of these artists kind of hanging around. These artists, mostly from Brooklyn, and they were young, and one of the things that really stood out to me is that, especially with the millennial, generation. So I'm a Gen Xer, but I think that we're seeing unprecedented innovation coming from millennials. And I think a key reason for that is we Gen Xers, I think that we kind of dropped the ball on that. I think baby boomers were incredibly innovative, and I think with Gen Xers, a lot of us try to just, be a part of the machine, be a cog. Like I was growing up, I was always taught, just, get along. Don't try to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
You get a career and you stay in that for 30 years, or you get a job, you stay in that for 30 years. But I think what we're seeing now with a lot of millennials is we're seeing this explosion of innovation, and it's really exciting because innovation, that's really what sustains the world, is change. And so the fact that we're seeing so much change happening, it'll just simply accelerate as those millennials get older.
So how is it important for you as this really successful person to give back? Where do you put mentorship in your values?
It's high. It's high. It's a top 5 for me. Top 5. And I started mentoring. A matter of fact, going back to Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun, that book by Reginald Lewis, is after I read that book, I understood the importance of mentorship. And I became a mentor probably within 2 weeks of that. It's important for me, to mentor. I have 27 mentees right now. 27 mentees.
27?
27 mentees. And some of my mentees have incredible stories. I have one mentee who literally was homeless at the age of 13, and he went off to law school. And then I have mentors, people who I go to.
Yeah, no, I think people need to look at giving back as more of an obligation than an option. So I absolutely respect that about you. How did you get 27 mentees?
You know what? I collect them like some people collect cats. It's like I might be at an event and somebody runs up and they're like, "Hey, Paul, I really would like for you to be my my mentor." And what I'll tell them, I typically tell everyone the same thing, is I'll say, "You know what? I would love to be your mentor, but here's what you need to do." And I'll send them on this this list of hurdles that they have to do. Like, you got to go to this place, friend me up here, send a request here, do this. And by the time they've done those, or if they do those, then at that point I'm like, okay, let's do it, because I see that they're serious about it.
I might need that scavenger hunt, that mentee scavenger hunt, because when people approach me, I don't know how to know who's serious. So I might actually need that list from you of how to know who's serious or not.
You're going to love it because 90% won't even do it.
Exactly. So it weeds out those who are not about that life.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to need that from you, Paul. I need you to email that to
me. Okay, done.
All right. So this has been really fun. I'm really glad you were able to join me for AT&T's 28 Days, Paul.
Lovely. I had a great time. I really wish you the best, and everyone listening a very, very happy Black History Month.
Yes, fist up in the air and everything. Thank you to Paul Brunson for being on this show, and thank you for listening to AT&T 28 Days. On the next episode, I'll be interviewing Ray Ramsey, social justice entrepreneur and managing partner of Next Sector Capital. In the meantime, visit att.com/28days for more information. Also, join the conversation on social media using the hashtag ATT28Days. It has been a pleasure being your host. I'm Lovey of AwesomelyLovey.com. Peace.